tour rides on. And we've made it all the way to the motocross capital of the Philippines. Let's fire up the engines and embrace the culture. Feel the vibe and get ready for a high-octane ride. The heart of volleyball is in the land of beauty and bounty. And we're ready to shift into high gear. Lanao del Norte, are you ready to race with us? This is the PVL on Tour Showdown, and may the best team win!
Today, the Premier Volleyball League swings back anew into Mindanao, specifically in Lanao del Norte. You know, way back in 1959, this province was still known as Lanao. Eventually, a law divided the two parts, Lanao del Sur and Lanao del Norte. And now our teams are sharpening up, honing up in preparation for our future tournaments. And NXLED will be on the floor anew, and they will go up against the Farm Fresh Foxes. Neil Flores, good to have you with us here today. We have a good set of games in Lanao, two of them, in fact.
You have two games, Farm Fresh versus NXLED for our first offering. Then we have the PLDT high-speed hitters going up against the Akari Chargers at 6:30 p.m. We are down to the last few stops of our PVL on tour, and the fans have loved every bit of action that we served in their respective cities. But as for our teams, they have two different setups coming into this game. The Foxies last saw action on July 11 in Batangas, where they were stunned in 4 sets by the High Risers. And on the other hand, for the Chameleons, after that first game loss, they've bounced back really quick.
Yes, and this is, let's just make this clear, no? This is a preseason tournament. Teams are sharpening up their lineup, even without the stars, who are playing, of course, for Gilas.
Yes, these are...
Or Alas, sorry.
Yeah, these are the cities kung saan tayo bumisita. We started in Ilagan, then we went to Batangas, Ilocos, and then we also went to Polomolok near Jensan. So we've toured the Philippines to be able to share volleyball with our kababayans.
And look at what has NXLED done. They've done pretty well during the course of this run. Polomolok, of course, was the pineapple country that we had visited, and it was, look at NXLED. They were there again, and Akari won against Mucho. And one of the players that we will focus attention on and what we have done through the years is to focus on Ara Galang. Ara Galang has done a marvelous job. Parang hindi tumatanda si Ara, no?
Nakakaisang full conference pa lang siya with the Farm Fresh Foxes, but she has settled in dun sa role niya as a veteran. She did score 11 points versus Gallery's Tower. Didn't start the match, but eventually picked up the numbers when her number was called, and she's definitely in her element, so she's looking to give the Foxes another win in our PVL on tour.
And it's a matter of developing chemistry. Interesting, ano? Yung mga dating magkakampi ay magkakalaban na ngayon. Iris Tolenada is also one of the excellent setters we have in the league, and I like her leadership more than anything else.
Yes, and this was their debut, talking about Iris Tolenada against the High Risers. Fortunately, they dropped that game, but she did deliver 12 excellent sets. Didn't start also.
No,
she's playing with Louie Romero, but as a veteran herself, kung anong role ang ibibigay sa kanya ni Coach Koji, gagampanan lang din naman niya.
Exactly, and somebody is also doing excellently well for the other side of the floor. The Storm, ang Bagyong Pablo, nandun pa rin, Neil.
Out of all of the players from the NXLED Chameleons in this PVL on tour, si Myla Pablo, I would say, yung pinaka-inform in the past few games. 14 points, consistent double-digit scorer for the NXLED Chameleons, and her occupying the right side has been producing a lot of good results for the Chameleons. They also have technically new additions to the team, but they're settling in really well. Just bounced back after that first game setback, and she's looking to give another great performance.
Parang hindi rin tumatanda ito si Myla Pablo is getting better through the years. MJ Phillips is also a pro player we'd like to put the spotlight on.
Currently, MJ Phillips is number 5 in scoring with 29 points. She also has 5 blocks under his name. Solid pa rin naman yung preseason for NXLED, I would say, and she's really going to be a force at the net. And we know that after the PVL on tour, the Invitationals will be up next. So I think the teams are starting to gear up and prepare for that Invitational Conference where the level will definitely be higher.
Will we have the Alas players back by that time? Most likely, you know?
That I'm not sure, we have to check.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of the Alas players, well, they're playing well of late in their international competitions. And, you know, we can't wait for the games in Lanao to get going. And, you know, when we come back, we'll have Althea Franco with us giving an update. Don't go too far away.
The motocross capital of the Philippines. We're inside the Mindanao Civic Center, and in just a few moments we'll be seeing the action between the Farm Fresh Foxy versus the NXLED Chameleon. But before that, we're here with the playing assistant coach of the Farm Fresh Foxies, Rem Pama. Now, Rem, gusto lang namin tanungin, kamusta ang Farm Fresh Foxies at paano nila ginagamit itong oras na to para maghanda sa susunod na conference?
For today, syempre kailangan apply lang namin lahat nung inaral namin sa ensayo, and also we hope for the best and we want to win the game today.
And of course, kamusta naman yung stay nyo dito sa Lanao del Norte at meron ka bang gustong batiin?
Yesterday, we got the experience to discover a lot of great places here in Lanao. We went to Durano View, and yun nga, tama talaga. It's beauty and bounty, yung province ng Lanao del Norte. But I think the most prized possession of this province is their people. We got to experience how hospitable they are. So, ayun, sobrang nakakatuwa, nakakataba ng puso may experience yung ganong pagtanggap sa amin.
Thank you, Rem. Truly, Lanao del Norte is the land of beauty and bounty, and they are beaming with joy as they welcome the heart of volleyball in their midst. And we'll get to share that experience with us as we watch this.
Unang-una, hindi ko talaga ma-imagine na babalik ako here sa Lanao na maglalaro as a pro na. Isipin nyo, Lanao del Norte, malayo siya. Nasa kaduluduluhan. Sobrang privileged siya and honored kasi sobrang dami pong fans ng PVL na hindi nila kayang makapunta to Manila to watch live. Sobrang saya na this PVL on tour, nadadala ni PVL yung volleyball.
To be honest, through PVL, nakakapunta ako personally sa mga province na never kong na-imagine na mapupuntahan ko. And yun nga, makapa-inspire sa mga students, mga bata na gustong maglaro din ng volleyball. Sa mga nanonood po ngayon, stay lang po kayo dyan and mag-enjoy. Ibibigay po namin yung 100% namin.
Sa mga silingan ako nga nakaroon nga magtanaw dire karon sa game namo, stay put lang mo and cheer us, and for sure i-give na mo among 100% unya sa game.
The Farm Fresh Fresh Foxies are certainly enjoying their stay here at Lanao del Norte. And earlier, I had the chance to talk to the veteran spiker, Ara Galang, who shared her experience here and also mentioned that she is leaning more into her role as a veteran in the team. But as a senior, that doesn't mean improvement stops. And the secret to her longevity is just always doing her best, no matter if it's a game or just practices. At the latter part of her career, she's also maximizing her time to just have fun. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court, the Farm Fresh Foxies are going to face the NXLED Chameleons. And I'm here with their team captain, Brooke Vansickle. Now, Brooke, how was your stay here in Lanao del Norte?
It's been absolutely beautiful, an awesome experience just to be able to dive in the culture, see the beautiful views, and also visit the schools. So it's been all around a great experience.
And we've heard that you really had a great experience here in Lanao del Norte. We also want to ask, you've been in the sidelines during this tour. What improvements have you seen from the team?
I think the NXLED Chameleons have been doing a fantastic job working cohesively, and people are stepping up in different ways from last conferences, and I'm really proud of everyone and the growth that they have as individuals and cohesively. So I'm really excited to see the next conference as we go.
Thank you very much, Brooke. And more on NXLED Chameleons. Earlier, I had the chance to talk to Jonna Sabeda Escamillan, and she described their experience perfectly in just the words, it was awesome. They had a chance to immerse themselves in different culture all around the country. For the team, this tour also gave them the opportunity to jive with their newest members. Seniors from the team mentioned that they took the time to get comfortable with each other, and the result of that is evident during the games on the tour. So let's see if they can cap on their tour on a high note. Now, it's time to involve all of you guys in the action by answering our PVL question of the game. That's right, we want to hear more from you. And the question is simple. Which veteran will take over in Lanao del Norte? Will it be Farm Fresh Foxies Royce Tubino, or Ara Galang, or NXLED Chameleons Jonna Sabeda Escamillan, or Myla Pablo? Join in the fun and the conversation by using the hashtag PVL on tour and hashtag PVL 2026 online. Now, in just a few moments, we'll see if the NXLED Chameleons will camouflage their way, or will the Farm Fresh Foxies hunt their way. Now let's get in the action.
And this is match number 13 between the Farm Fresh Foxies and the NXLED Chameleons. And now let's meet our officials for this match. Our first referee, Ryan Vincent Corpus, national referee. The second referee is Marlon Macabenta, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Center from Adamson University, number 17, team captain, Louis Romero. Outside spiker from San Beda University, number 7, Ces Molina. Opposite hitter from Adamson, number 12, Trisha Tubu. Outside spiker from the University of Perpetual Help System Delta, number 15, Royce Tubino. Middle blocker from the University of Santo Tomas, number 18, Ria Menezes. Middle blocker from Adamson, number 23, Honey Toring. Starting libero from De La Salle University, number 10, Micah La Rosa. And the head coach of Farm Fresh from Japan, Koji Susurabara. And now the starters for the NXLED Chameleons. Opposite hitter from the University of Santo Tomas, number 3, Isis Carino. Outside striker from the National University, number 8, Myla Pablo. Middle blocker also from NU, number 11, Jackie Acuna. Middle blocker from Juniata College, number 13, MJ Phillips. Outside spiker from Bulacan State University, number 20, Jonas Zapete Escamillan. Center from the Far Eastern University, number 22, Jel Cayuna. Starting libero from Adamson University, number 1, Bang Pineda. Head coach of NXLED from Italy, Ettore Guidetti. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is Farm Fresh versus NXLED.
Some of the names that you have followed through the years, from their college days all the way to the present, will be seeing action as part of the starting 12 or 14 players, depending on how you count. Of course, we will have Honey Royce Tupino, one of the veterans for Farm Fresh. Trisha Tubo will be there, and Ces Molina and Riri Meneses as well. On the other side, across the net, we'll have the former FEU setter Jel Cayuna. We'll have MJ Phillips. Myla Pablo is there together with somebody also from NU, Jackie Acuna. So this should be a delightful aperitif. Later on, we'll have still another game, 2 games here in Tubod in Lanao del Norte.
This is going to be the last game for the NXLED Chameleons sa ating PVL on tour. They want to end it on a high note. They swept the past 2 games versus Galleries and versus Capital One.
Ito walang magcha-champion talaga officially. Unlike previous year, I don't think we'll have enough games and enough time to be able to complete the full-fledged, full boom tournament. But this nonetheless, this is an opportunity to have tune-up games, excuse me, and an opportunity for the coaches to see how their lineups will gel. Of course, Farm Fresh has Koji Chuchurabara as their head coach, and on the other side of the net is Ettore Guidetti, who has, of course, coached in Italy. He was the women's national coach for Sweden, and he comes from a family of volleyball coaches. Underway, first point, and immediately there's a violation.
Net fault will be called on the Chameleons, and here in our PVL on tour, all to play tayo, so you will see all the players in that roster play for their respective teams by the end of set number 2 at the very least.
At least 3 rallies ang expected.
And there are also some adjustments to the rules. We're kind of testing new rules.
Yeah,
in this
I guess we
prolong the rallies.
I think we also started it during the All-Star game when we were in Candon, yung Premier Ball,
Yes.
Premier Point. And in the games I've done so far, they haven't used it yet. But let's see today. But you cannot use that 2-pointer to close the set. Farm Fresh with the early lead, 2-0. And in the service area, Romero. The swing to the back row, too hot to handle.
On you, Myla Pablo, getting the first point for the Chameleons.
Parang all-star UAE team in NXLED, naman.
The rotations na nasa harap si Myla Pablo. She can swing from the left,
Yeah.
she can swing from the right.
Yes. Ganun ka-versatile, In the meantime, the serve of Cayuna. This first attack from the right pin by Tubo, I think, is long. And that will be the second point of NXLED.
Tied up to a piece. And first error from Trisha Tubo.
Here's Cayuna, who was one of the cornerstones of that old Signal team that also did very well while it had its final run. This is blocked. Tubo gets to it. The set, the cut shot by Molina. There's a whistle. Net touch. Myla does not agree. And Farm Fresh gets the early 3-2 lead. There's a challenger.
That's the first challenge. Yes, ball challenge.
Myla felt wala. The assistant coach said, well, let's see. So, may isa pang date itong PVL on tour, no? Next Saturday yata. Ano ba ang final destination?
The last destination will be in Victoria City in Negros Occidental. We have 2 games on August 22. That's going to be a Saturday. Capital One versus Farm Fresh. Galleries Tower versus Great Mike Cool Smashers.
Nagtanaw sa atong dira sa Negros. Nagduda ang PVL. Ang masaya sa Mindanao, when you speak any Visayan language, most people will respond to you. Bisaya, Bisaya. Ilonggo, Ilonggo. Tagalog, Tagalog. English, English. Maraming nunod ng sining Pilipino dyan eh. Ano tingin mo? Parang
It was the hair of Myla Pablo that scraped the net. So
may pick yung ating second reference.
that will be a successful challenge from
Oo eh.
the Chameleons.
Kasi hindi na usually counted yung buhok eh. So, do the, play again the point?
Replay.
We play the point again. And the point is eventually won by Farm Fresh. 3-2. Tama ba? Tama. Kasi hindi na counted yung buhok na tumatama sa net. Dati may quit sila ron. Ngayon hindi na. Kayo na. This one is off the hands.
Strong swing from Myla Pablo. He scored 2 of the 3 points in the next leg, Chameleons.
When walang injury si Myla, ang dali-dali ng volleyball.
From the first 6 points na nakita natin, I think that Farm Fresh is trying their best to challenge the reception of NXLED.
I agree.
They've been delivering a lot of heavy serves, but push comes to shove, Jelka Yuna will always have emergency options in the left and right wings.
She's just a good spreader of the wealth. In the meantime, this cut shot, tracked down, kept in play. Tough angle. Hirap ang defense. Kept alive. Kayuna goes the other direction. Uy, first long rally. And that will be scored upon by Tubo.
Great exchange. Coverage was solid for the Farm Fresh Foxies, keeping that ball alive after being blocked at the net.
Masaya ang mga fans dito sa Lanao. Eto na yan, si Riri Meneses. Kayuna checks the other side. And down the line, but it's out.
Too wide for Myla Pablo.
5-3 count here in the opening set. Glad you can join me and Neil Flores and the rest of our PVL team for this on-tour visit to Lanao. 5-3 count. The strike handled well by the back row and Meneses. This one is long. Farm Fresh now losing that 2-point lead. It's down to 1.
They've been exchanging on first errors also here
Yes,
in the
they are.
goings of set number 1.
As the first set progresses. Here's Myla Pablo, already scoring 3 points, as Neil pointed out. Nice pickup from the middle. The middles are activated. Ball is swung over to the other side. Reverse, blocked, alive, and a great one-handed pickup. The tap. Crowd is screaming here. Dito sa volleyball pwede, sa tennis hindi ka pwede magsisisigaw ng ganyan. Oh, that is long.
Strong Myla Pablo, but they're asking for a block touch. It's going to be another challenge for the Chameleons, a block touch challenge.
Kung hindi pa nauso yung challenge, ang init ang ulo ng mga coaches, sigurado.
Well, that judgment call na lang yan ng referee.
Oo,
Even if you
diba?
see it na tumama sa fingertips ng blockers, pero pag hindi kita ng first referee or second referee,
Totoo yan.
can't do anything about it.
Ito, Neil, tingnan mo, parang malayo.
Yep, there was a block touch.
Yung isa. So, unsuccessful.
Second successful
Oh,
challenge
that's
for
okay.
NXLED.
Kasi naniwala yung challenge kay Myla Pablo na wala talaga. So, ito bago na rin ang apelido nito si Jela Uwe. He played so well in the previous CV Cup. It should be 5-4 or 4. It should be 5 all. Yeah, we're adjusting. So meanwhile, that serve went too strong.
One score is
Yeah.
6-5 after
Yeah.
that service error of Myla Pablo.
And Tubo will be serving now. Alam mo, maganda rin hindi tournament. Ano? In a way, you get to play everybody. Everybody gets to work with everybody. Tapos walang stress pa uwi. Di ba? Di ba? Di ba? Okay, di ba? Ay, talo tayo. Malungkot tayo. You've seen that in the airplane, di ba? Pag talo,
But these athletes are just so competitive. So even
yeah,
if
I guess so.
these are just exhibition games, if you would put
Then,
it that way,
I
they
don't-
would still want to
Oo.
win. But ang pinakamaganda siguro for me would be the chance for the other players to
I
get
agree.
playing time. Because
because-
the regular seasons, all Filipino, reinforced, pa-ilan-ilan lang yung substitutions and may standard na double substitutions na yung mga respective teams. But here,
I
sa ating
agree.
PVL on tour, the coaches actually have a chance to see the combinations that actually work.
I agree. In the meantime, getting with that serve. Oh, that's right through two defenders. Royce Tubino knocking that through, and we are knotted at 7.
Serving for Farfresh, Royce Tubino.
On two we go. It's red. It's set up, and that's inside. And Ces Molina brings her team to the technical timeout mark ahead of Farm Fresh 8-7.
For Farfresh, 7 for NXLED. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Amino Timaporo of the House of Representatives, 2nd District of Lanao del Norte. Thank you for sharing this moment with her, ma'am.
Welcome back at the motocross capital of the Philippines. Here at Lanao del Norte, we're still inside the Mindanao Civic Center court, and together with a lot of energetic fans of volleyball. And you know, 7 Neil, the four fresh Foxies shared a common sentiment, and that is they are enjoying their stay here at Lanao del Norte. And Ces Molina perfectly described it as both peaceful and welcoming. They had a chance to visit Lala National High School and were surprised with the love and reach of the PVL with the students. Ces said it was heartwarming to see that they can bring joy no matter how far. She also mentioned that their loss to the Galleries was a wake-up call and they're getting back to a better form in preparation for the next conference. Now let's see if that wake-up call was loud enough to face the NXLED Chameleons. Now back to you, 7 Neil.
Thank you very much. Ortega Franco patrolling the beat. I like your point, Neil, about the coaches looking for the combinations that they will carry into the next tournament, which, as you mentioned, is the invitational. Wala pa schedule. I think kasabay ba sa Asian Games? It's most likely after siguro. Because we need our stars back also. Ito. Si Janelle Cheng ay magkakaroon ng opportunity maglaro. Tubino's serve. They're up by 1 rather. That is partially blocked, but kept very much in play. Molina's strike, recalibrated. Cheng goes the other direction. It's off the block, out of reach.
So teams are now starting to roll out their substitutions. Cheng and Diego Guzman in for NXLED. attacking the block of Louis Romero.
Lambot pa rin ang bitaw ng Janet Cheng. I like it also when she does it on two. Ang nakakagulat eh. In the meantime, here comes a strike. Long. Ay, that was out. Pero nag-commit.
Check ball up front.
Up front.
That's why,
kaya sinubukan ni EJ.
yeah, EJ Carino tried to go for that
Ito,
ball.
malamang. Yun, ito naman. Kaya naman pinuntahan. So, to be fair, 9-8 lamang ang Farm Fresh. Lalim. Problemado. Cheng. And that is eventually going to be called 4 touches.
Ball already hit the floor. The game plan is working for Farm Fresh.
Yeah.
Heavy serving. It's just disrupting the offense pattern of the Chameleons. We haven't seen a lot of activity from the middle from NXLED.
No, not yet. Turin is going to serve. Turing. The Cebuana. That's on the floor already. Is that Jonas Abete? No, it's Leandro Guzman.
Just controlling that hit. She had every chance to go for a powerful hit, but yung placement din ng set di na as optimal. That's why she controlled her shot.
Janelle Chang waiting for the referee's whistle. This is partially blocked, and it's off the block as Molina scores.
Molina starting to heat up here in the first set, just matching the firepower of Myla Pablo on the other end of the court.
Pwede siguro mag-volleyball 2-on-2, no? Si Myla Pablo yung isa and get a setter against Ces Molina. Almost the same body type, skill level. In the meantime, here's the attack from the other wing. Picked up downstairs. Whoa! The end cleanly. Butas na butas. Si Riri, master na niya yung mga just got close to the net. Watch this.
Seeing more activity from the middle dito sa Farm Fresh because they've been controlling the serves of the Chameleons.
That is so true. Reached 4 by Molina. Back row strike. Really big shot. So hot to handle. Tupino waxing out. 4-point lead right now for Farm Fresh.
Starting to pull away. Green lights are all on for the Foxies. Timeout next then.
Paalala po ulit sa mga nagtatambol, pag timeout, bawal po tayo magingay. Maraming salamat po.
No worries. Here we go. Whoa. Emilio, here we go. Oh.
Coach Guidetti asking for patience from his wards as they're beginning to perhaps display some impatience as they pass the ball around. They've been pounced on several opportunities by the attacks of Farm Fresh. 13-9 is the count here, the opening set. Still to come, PLDT is also here in Lanao. They go up against Akari when we are done here. That is blocked. Cheng has a hand in it, but Farm Fresh just scoring at will. They've scored 4 straight points.
Even on the defensive end, they've been controlling the hits of the attackers of the Chameleons.
Yeah.
Overall, they've been playing better compared to NXLED.
Romero serve in play. MJ Phillips gets that to score as the defensive line on the back row unable to handle it.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that. We've seen most of the sets go to Leandro Guzman, Myla Pablo, but we really haven't seen a lot of attempts from MJ Phillips kasi laging nabibitin yung first pass ng NXLED. So you have to push that ball all the way to that setter's box so that yung setters din ng NXLED ma-push yung confusion dun sa blockers ng Farm Fresh, because if you're going to give the sets to the pins only, ang dali for Riri Meneses to just read the ball.
Yeah. Parang automatic na, matic na kay Rio. In the meantime, out of reach as Farm Fresh continues to pounce on NXLED. Campiatura unable to handle that. It's 15-10.
This is the deadliest front line for Farm Fresh. You have Ces Molina and Trisha Tubu as your wings. Then when it comes to blocking, countermeasures, nandyan pa si Riri Meneses.
And some of the credentials of Ces Molina. She's also been a one-time member of our national team, 15-10. She's also had a history of injuries on her shoulder area. And it's nice to see her playing again. Of course, she was one of the cornerstones of the San Beda volleyball team. Off the hands and scored. EJ Laure Carino.
At that point, they're still down by 4.
Trying to get used to all these long names of the women as they get married. Sino pa ito? So, si Sabete, mahaba na rin ang pangalan. Is Camillan. Si Maylin Paz, mahaba na rin ang pangalan. I think she married also somebody from overseas. Okay, 16-10. Technical timeout. Okay, daghang salamat mga kaigsonan, and here we are. A lot of the players and teams managed to visit some schools, and if you see them cheering for a particular team, for NXLED, it's Kapatagan National High School. And for the other side, for Farm Fresh, it's Ilala National High School.
The OIC of Professional Sports and Games Division of the Games and Amusements Board. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtanong dito sa PVL.
Noel Zarate introducing some of the dignitaries we have. And I love watching Coach Koji. I don't understand half of what he's saying. But as long as the players get it, it's chill.
In volleyball, hindi na kailangan ng sobrang lawak na vocabulary.
You know, when Mona Bagutsing,
Ano lang, mag-gets
what was
na
their
nila.
last team? Mona and he were working together. And I used to tease Mona, who was my student also. Galing mo na mag-Japanese, Mona. Sinimanghutan ako ni Mona. No, because she was doing the translation, trying to explain to the players. 16-11. Petrogas ata ba yan? Petrogas. Nag-champion yun. 16-11. Naantay natin ang permission ng ating referee. Oops, sandali. Tinapon ni Riri yung bola. Uwi yan, ha? Natawa tuloy si Riri. Okay, I think we have a whistle. And we're in service. Kayuna trying to activate that center now. Got some dividends from Acuna.
NXLED was very strategic when it came to recruitment the offseason. They knew that the Kayuna and Acuna duo would be super deadly together. We witnessed that
As a
when they were in
signal, tama nga naman.
So it really made sense. Kasi yun yung pinakamahirap na connection na i-build.
Oh.
Setter and middles. When it comes to the wings, nagva-vary lang yan sa speed and height of the set. But when it comes to the middles, iba yung amuyan na kailangan mong ma-develop over time.
Yung middle kasi parang dipain lahat ng blocking sa gitna. Middle ang gagawa niyan. Saka Jel Kayuna was telling me also during the awards night also, she was sad that Signal had to move on because buo na yung team na yan eh. That could have won something, you know. But, you know, life offers different challenges. Farm Fresh now with a 4-point lead here in the first, 17-13. Watch this.
Just targeting the left hand of PJ Carino. Throughout the conferences na nilaro ni Trisha, nakita rin talaga natin yung growth. Nung nagsisimula pa lang siya sa PVL, you would see the sheer power, pero yung control medyo ina-adjust pa. But right now, she's very intentional when it comes to choosing her attack points and angles already.
Correct. Aristolenada is in the game already, and this one is touched before flying out.
Betes Camillion has to increase her output if they do want to catch up. It's just a 3-point lead for Farm Fresh.
Joanna is from a place called Escalante, Negros Occidental, so it's a bit of a homecoming for her. I'm not sure kung maglalaro ang team niya doon, no? But PVL definitely going there to Victorias. 17-14 na po at it should be 17-15. And we have a timeout by Farm Fresh. This should be fun to listen to Coach Koji Chuchura Bara. Well, unfortunately, we weren't able to catch up with the audio. Mukhang si Remy Palma is parang assistant na rin, ano? Kasundo rin niya si Coach Koji, eh. Taga-translate siya nung Petrogas days nila, eh.
They worked together before, so I think they already know kung ano yung gusto ng isa't isa.
Tama ka, diba? Ilan lang naman yung words sa volleyball, eh. Madali naman i-share. How difficult is toss, serve, and spike. Here is Laura Carino. Straight into the waiting hands of... Oh, but that is drilled in cleanly by Cayuna. And they come within 1 point. They've scored the last 3.
Cayuna is one of the more aggressive setters, I would say, in the PVL. Every time that ball goes near the net, kayang-kaya niyang atakihin din. Pagka-diesel talaga. Next, that they love to play catch-up.
Yes. But this hit is outside, and therefore Farm Fresh will move in front by 2. Tubino is back in the service box. Yatura. Off the hands. Ah, straight and true. Acuna drilling it in.
That's more like it, says Jel Cayuna. Sakto din yung pasa ni EJ Carino away from the baseline, giving that ball directly to Jel Cayuna.
Mahaba rin kasi ito si Jackie Acuna. Clean reception. Molina. It flies over the net. High up and out, but touched last before finally flying away.
First point, relief of Aragala.
Serving for the Foxes, Risa Cruz.
Risa Cruz is all set to serve. Ooh, catches the net. That'll make it 19-18. Here's Jana, Our Lady Samurai. Picked up deep. Molina uncorks and scores.
Blockers were already established. From NXLED, she was still able to attack. Seam of the block from a broken play.
Here's Romero. 2-point lead by the Foxies. Twisting set, MJ Phillips. It's still alive. Recycled, Phillips again. Kept in play, whipped inside, and not a problem for Farm Fresh's Tubo drilled it in. Well, masayang-masaya yung samahan ng Lala National High School. Sila sumusuporta sa Farm Fresh. Minsan ng volleyball, tiyaga lang. Hindi pa patayan. Gamitin mo ng lahat. Siko, mata, whatever is available. Oh, linis na.
No one even moved from Farm Fresh.
Frozen, ano?
Didn't expect that angle from Myla Pablo. But again, every time it's an open block, mahirap na i-predict kung saan papaluin yung bola.
Totoo yan.
Have to set up at least one blocker.
Oh, sumalok pa baba, oh. Kaya yun na with, I think the first ace of this match. And that will make it 21-20. Just 1 point separating these two sides. Tobino is pushed back. Reverse set. And that catches the line. I think she got it. Or is it out? It's in.
It's outside.
It's outside. Kala ko nadali niya.
White will go to Farm Fresh. No challenge from NXLED. It's really wide.
Farm Fresh with a slight lead as they make some steps towards the finish line of this first. Molina. Sails down. MJ, we have a scrape of the net, I suppose. And they'll just do the challenge.
NXLED is claiming that it was a player from Farm Fresh
That actually touched the net.
actually touched the net.
So that's why we have the video challenge to clarify. So far, successful ang challenges ng kupunan ng NXLED. Feeling, ayan, Coach Guidetti is saying it's the knee of the other player, the other side. That's the one. Alam mo, your assessment of NXLED as a team, down the road, may kulang pa ba ito? Parang with kayo na, they're competitive. Oh, you know.
It was the knee of Lily Meneses.
Sa pulit.
Touched the bottom part of the net. Going back to your question assessment, I think in terms of player composition, kompleto na eh. In all aspects, hindi pa nga natin nakikita maglaro si Brooke Van Sickle. She's sitting this one out.
She has not played in, I think, on tour. I didn't see. First game I did with NXLED and Galleries, she did not play. In the meantime, 22-21. But I'll get back to your point after this play. In the meantime, here's the toss. Whipped and hitting somebody before flying out. And Farm Fresh now comes to 23. So if you were to, is it now just chemistry for NXLED?
Yeah, definitely. For me, yung biggest name talaga na nakuha nila would be Jel Cayune. Kasi hindi lang siya maasahan sa setting, but she's also very aggressive. She can be an attacker as well.
Oh, that's also
She's also good in digging. She's a decent blocker. So I would say, kailangan na lang niya makontrol talaga yung sistema sa loob.
Irregular, sir. We fight for the play now. remember, it's not successful to enter in short diagonal. They are opening the block. You can enter hard in 6. Okay? Not a problem. Let's go, guys. One ball. One ball. Oh! Camilla.
Ang favorite expression ni Coach Guidetti is, no, it's not a problem. Walang problema sa kanya. Well, tignan natin kung may recover ang capacity ang NXLED down by 2. Farm Fresh is 2 points away from backing this first set. Riri Menes is serving for all of us. High up and down. Here comes the set from the middle. Contained, and there's a double block that seals the wall. Acuna and Cayuna. Sounds like a law office. They've sealed that wall.
Farfetch is not yet out of the woods, so the tandem of Acuna and Cayuna just helping their team crawl back. They were down by as much as 4 points a while ago.
Correct. Tama yung sabi mo, yung teamwork ng dalawa sa harap, malaking bagay.
Serving for NXLED, Myla Pablo.
And that would often free Vanny Gantler before. No? Pagka maganda yung blocking, nare-reset ka agad. In the meantime, that is slapped against the hands by Tubo. And we arrive at set point.
As a lefty, it's just so easy for her to get that hit out as long as the ball is near the antenna.
Yeah.
Doesn't need a lot of power, just needs to target the left hand.
This is out.
That's the only point na kailangan ma-adjust ng Farm Fresh. Their game plan is working, but they're also giving away a lot of free points to the Chameleons.
Because of their unforced errors. No? In the meantime, chance to finish it up. But NXLED says no way for now. The drop. And it's on the floor. We are done. First set goes the way of Farm Fresh. They win it 25-23. And we have for you our Panalo Play brought to you by Yakult. With proper diet and exercise, panalo ka dyan. Yakult every day, okay. Your second set comes your way very shortly. We'll be right back with you in Panalo. Okay, we have you back with us. 35 minutes was what it took for Farm Fresh to be able to bag this opening set. Not without a fight from NXLED.
Again, nung simula, nahirapan yung NXLED to control the serves of Farm Fresh. As I mentioned, nasunod ng Farm Fresh yung game plan nila. They wanted the sets to be delivered to the left and right wings of the Chameleons dahil ready sila to get at least a block touch to be able to transition to offense. But down the road, they committed their own fair share of service errors. Nakahabol yung NXLED with the efforts of Myla Pablo, Jackie Acuna, and Jel Cayuna. But in terms of numbers, hindi naman nalalayo eh. Kaya dikit na dikit yung score. Farm Fresh had a slight edge in the attacking department, but when it came to blocking and aces, hindi rin naman ganun ka-layo yung agwat. So I think the opponent's errors, pag naibaba lang yan ng konti, mas maganda pa sana yung nakita natin from both of the teams in set number 1. We needed 35 minutes to close that one out.
Mahaba.
So let's see if NXLED can bounce back or will Farm Fresh continue to control the momentum here in the second frame.
You could say that NXLED really did not do anything extra special in that first set. They just tried to keep the ball very much in play. And let's see how NXLED tries to adjust as we sail and fly into the second set of action from here in Lanao. As this game is brought to you from the Mindanao Civic Center. Lanao, of course, divided into two provinces, Lanao del Sur and Lanao del Norte. We are in the Norte. In the meantime, this serve, first one of the second set, scooting out. It's a service error, and therefore Farm Fresh gets the serve and the first point. Cayuna pursues. That's off the block, and quickly NXLED scores. Yeah.
Jonas Abete Escamillan, the ball has been scraping the net in set number 1.
You know, there are certain players who say, you keep saying, huwag manggigigil, huwag manggigigil. But Jonas seems to play better pag nakasalubong.
She's really a power hitter. That's for sure.
That means
you have to be conscious about the hitting point if you want to go for power. So pag bumaba yung contact, sasabit at sasabit sa net.
Correct.
And she jumps really high, so
Yes.
she can easily attack from above the block of the opponent.
Oh, that's a good observation. In the meantime, this very lively rally is in progress. It is touch last by Farm Fresh. Or rather by, yes, it is touch last by Farm Fresh. NXLED will get the second point of the second set. Jonna will continue to serve. Tossed up high. Alanganin, and Riri Meneses drills in the regalo.
Never give a free ball to tall middle blockers like Riri Meneses. It's easy put away.
That's popcorn for the movies for them. Watch this, ha? Ito yung sinasabi mo nila. Regalo. And Riri is now our server. We are knotted at 2. And look at this.
The streak continues for Farm Fresh. They're still controlling that service line.
They have their third, that's their third ace. And Toto. 3-2. They had 2 in the first set. Set up by Cayuna. It is blocked, but kept alive by Sabete. Into the deep ends. Yep, it's outside. Down the line attempt. Managed to find a spot from Laura. Squared at 3. Phillips will serve. Good set by Romero. Yes, kung minsan sa set pa lang alam mo maganda yung pupuntahan eh.
The defender was able to keep that ball alive, but there was no follow-up from NXLED on the second touch.
Ako, I have a theory sometimes. Yung kabila, pag nakita maganda yung set, if you freeze din eh.
Lalo na pag na-late yung middle blocker nila, mapapadalawang isip kung saan sa pupwesto.
Uy, ganda. In your mind, ano? Or,
Slow to react on that last sequence. Now, Farm Fresh will hold on to a 2-point lead to the disappointment of Coach Ettore because that was a playable ball.
yeah. On the other hand, you're not saying maganda lang. You might be saying patay.
That's true.
Big shot, big block. Kept very much in play. Bang Pineda is all of, nice try. Ang hirap ng gusto niyang gawin.
For outside hitters, sometimes when you get blocked the first time, there's a tendency for you to immediately change your angle. But for EJ Carino, she has to remember that it's Louis Romero up front, the shorter blocker. So even if you get checked the first time, you can try again on the second to get it out of bounds.
Let's see if she makes that adjustment. It's now hit long. This is whipped in. And Farm Fresh getting away with everything they want to do so far. Ito, isa pang player. Pag nanggigigil, mas lalong gumagaling.
We're just finding all the right spots on the floor of the Chameleons.
Ito, Tobino.
Lean down the line, hit nobody home. NXLED. Another surge in scoring for Farm Fresh.
Elevated, whipped inside. Bang Pineda all over that ball. Runner. Yes, it will connect. Cruz managing to get that, and a 5-point lead for Farm Fresh. They are getting away with everything here in the early goings of the second.
The first set of the match here in Lanao del Norte goes to the Farm Fresh Foxies against the NXLED Chameleons, and the energy of the crowd is just getting higher and higher. And you know, for the NXLED Chameleons specifically, Myla Pablo, this is their last stop for the tour. And she said that they're enjoying and immersing themselves in the culture of the places they visit. It gave them the time and the opportunity to correct their chemistry needed with the new members of their team. Myla said that the loss of connection was obvious during their first matches, but improvement is evident as time went by and they got to really know how each of them moved in the court. They want to just build from here to prepare for the next conference. Now let's see if the Chameleons can even the score with this set. Now back to you, Seven Neil.
Althea, thank you very much. And score here currently is 8-3 in favor of the Foxies, who took the first set via a 25-23 count at 35 minutes. Some changes coming in. I see Fernandez just about ready to come in. Cheng has been reinserted into the NXLED lineup.
Still serving for the Foxies,
Trisha Tubu has been announced by Noel Zarate as our server. She will continue to do that. Here's her southpaw serve. That is just before the line.
Can do no wrong. Trisha Tubu is playing really well, establishing a 6-point lead against the NXLED Chameleons from attacking sa harapan to serving in the back row.
And that's 4 aces already for Farm Fresh. Down the middle, is it in? It's out.
No block touch from Farm Fresh. This is the biggest lead of the entire match.
Yeah. A 10-3 count. Na-stuck na sa 3 ang kapunan ng NXLED. Iniwanan sila. 7 straight points. Finally, they end that long drought.
That's what I like about Janelle Cheng as a setter. Even if they didn't get the point in sa last sequence, error man yung atake, Jackie Acuña, they will try again.
Parang she has a non-verbal way of communicating with that person who didn't connect the first time. I'm going back to you, ha?
Bawi kita.
Sa'yo. Kuminsan sa Flora, no, pag naglalaro, tinginan lang yan, eh. Muso lang nga kuminsan, eh. Abby Marano, our ever-popular Chang, is on the floor. And that is down and out. Molina firing away.
It looks like Farm Fresh came to this match well prepared.
I agree.
They watched a lot of scouting videos for sure. And they know they have a better chance of defeating NXLED. Pag hindi gumagana yung middles, they have an easier chance to defend that ball. Pag alam nila na, okay, it's either sa left or sa right lang naman pupunta eh.
Wala naman tayong pupunta sa gitna.
They're getting a lot of block touches against the Chameleons.
Here's Chang sliding nicely. Oh! Managed to create that opportunity for Fernandez well. Alam mo si Fernandez, gusto ko siya coming off the bench. Laki niyang mag-provide ng impact.
He can be the spark plug for NXLED. And kaya maganda nga yung on-tour because now is a chance for Coach Ettore to utilize his second stringers because right now something's not clicking dun sa starting
right,
unit ng NXLED. That's why they're still trailing. That's an enforced error on their end. So now you have to find players that can be reliable on the floor. I think yun din yung isa sa mga intentions ng coaches eh. They will check the reliability of the second stringers para come the invitationals, the reinforced conference. They know that this player can deliver in any scenario.
Exactly. Cruz and her serve in action. This one does not cross. And 2 straight points now by Farm Fresh pulling away at 13-5. And just before the technical timeout, Coach Guidetti says, let's talk.
Almost from one side, ready, pull off the net. We can play all the combos that we want with there. It's a good idea. Jonah, your block is super short. Don't try any angle. Go straight here. Okay, here we go, guys. We need a side out and start some break point, and we change the match.
You know what I like about the coaching of this Italian? He does not belabor the point. A player will not do something correctly, but he doesn't talk about it. Probably in training, he'll point that out. But in timeouts, he's always looking to the next point, to the next set of points that we need. Hindi siya nagtatagal, hirap sa inyo, ganito, ganyan, di ba?
Maybe in his head, what's done is done. You have to focus on the next point. You already know what you did wrong, so we just have to polish some of our movements on the floor to be able to get the next point.
Like this, Janelle Chang sets this up very nicely for Fernandez, who has scored 2 in a row here.
Fresh legs.
Yeah.
The Chameleons. Pag mataas yung confidence ng isang player, sumusunod din yung movement nila on the floor.
Kung setter ka, ikaw gumawa nun. Oh, palo! Di ba? Gaganunin mo eh. Palo mo! 13-6. Ganda ng set. Lutong. Ang lutong.
Trisha Tubu is even attacking from the back row.
Back row ba yun?
Yeah.
Kuminsan walang diferensya. Sa tingin walang diferensya. Tingnan natin. Pero 14-6. And your point is...
They're not giving an inch to NXLED
in
the second set. It's a convincing 8-point lead.
Oh, but Fernandez, 3 points already from her. I think your point about seeing which players will be reliable when I need points right away, ito yung pupuntahan ko. In the meantime, Chang is brought out. Here's Pablo. Kayuna is back as server. They're going to be serving down 7-14. Gel serve. Stretch 4 by Tobino. The cut shot. Bandy the back row attack. Roll on the floor. The whip. And it's returned to Sander.
These are the 2 best blockers on the side of NXLED.
Watch how this was done.
Pablo and MJ Phillips closing out all possible angles against Trisha Tubu. And nabitin na din yung set eh. So it's not the preferred set placement for Trisha.
14-8 count here. Farm Fresh with a 6-point lead. That is blocked away And Molina slamming it into that wall they tried to put up.
Molina always recognizes the defense pattern before she makes a decision.
I agree.
Mid-air,
Yeah.
kita niya, established na naman yung dalawang blockers ng NXLED. Went for a hit out.
Kamay, ha? Dito kayo.
Yun siguro yung pwedeng matutunan ng rookies sa mga veterans. Sometimes less is more.
And you know, it's not all power. It's okay to turn it on when you have to. In the meantime, placement yun. Meneses beginning to stretch this lead to 8 as we glide into the second technical break. Hello, everybody, and we're teasing each other here about how many UAAP seasons we've done. Hey, what's Ayel Estranero doing in the building?
Magbakasyon.
Oh, well.
Sumama lang para magbakasyon.
Okay. UAAP Season 89 begins this September 12. Watch all the collegiate sports action on the UAAP Varsity Channel, One Sports and Signal Play. Because legends start here. Even our own teammates here are legends. No? Ilang seasons na ba? Walang aminan! And it's a joy to see them move from their UAAP days, some even as far back as high school, no? Diretso, and go into the pros. So, medyo authoritative ang laro ng Farm Fresh, no? Neil, they're getting away with everything they want to do so far.
Even if NXLED gets a break point, ang bilis nung recovery ng Farm Fresh because they know na pag gumana na itong middles consistently from the Chameleons, they will also be in trouble. So while you already have a 7-point lead, might as well sprint to the 25-point mark. Another substitution will be called by Coach Etere. Makaslang will replace NJ Phillips up front.
Krish. Tsaka naman sa out of town, yung team na nag-first game, mas nauna doon sa pakain ng LGU eh. Di ba? Pagdating mo, second game ka, ubus na.
Nandun naman yung EP natin.
Bahala sila doon. Save nyo, ha? In the meantime, he's high to keep it very much in play. Here's the fake, the block, and it is way out of reach.
Solid wall built against Myla Pablo. They know the tendencies of NXLED. Kumbaga sa percentage of setting, 60% of the time mapupunta sa ganitong player in this rotation.
Totoo
so
yan.
Sometimes they risk it already. Hindi na nila binabatin as much yung other attackers.
Parang,
it's a risk, pero calculated siya in a way.
Parang sinasabi, di naman kayo pupunta dyan. Dito naman kayo pupunta. 17-9. Sabi ni Coach Guidetti, we need a side out. Smart play, but kept very much alive. That was Romero. Tubo whips it, but the back row is solid. Here comes the strike, and long and out.
NXLED is struggling in terms of offense.
Yung kamay ng palo, bukas na bukas, ano? You can tell it. 18-9. Kaya ang volleyball players, ang unang sakit kadalasan shoulder, no? Kasi yung pitik. Yung pag-load up, pag-pitik. Krish. Oh, she gets that.
Get to the double-digit mark of that cricket of Makaslang.
(18-10) count. Big swing by Tubino, handled well by NXLED. Reached in, runner into the corner. I think Cruz was in a perfect spot. They now have a 9-point lead.
If there's a setter na kayang i-match siguro yung style of play ni Jel Cayuna, I think it would also be Louie Romero. Napakabilis din ng kamay when it comes to setting that short slide. They've perfected that over time. Mukhang from high school pa sila magkasama rin eh. Then Adamson and now in Farm Fresh.
Block. Airtight. Solid.
The best feeling in the world.
Oh.
Solo block.
Ha! Parang entitled ka na magrampa, maglakad, to smile, and that establishes a 10-point lead. (20-10) tally. First set going the way of Farm Fresh 25-23, but this one is in the deep corner. Abby Maranya trying to perk up her team.
Meron din siyang sariling version of a slide attack. That's also one of her signature
Patented yan eh.
attack points.
Ilang taon hindi may stop ng Ateneo ng Salasal, ano? Bukulatin talaga ni Chang yun eh. When they had that 3 championship run, eventually they couldn't complete the 4th. In the meantime, whoa, blocked! And that's something to feel good about. 20-12 is the count now.
No time for Farm Fresh to relax because we've seen teams squander their lead pagdating sa end of the set.
Ito yung nangyari sa Indonesia, lamang sa Philippines, 24-something, di ba? Inahabol ng alas, 24 all. That's 33 yata yung final game, something like that. Well, silver medal for alas. This is kept in play. Cayuna swings it over. And that is, boy, out. Legit despondent because she's had a number of errors in this game.
Bulk of the unforced errors of NXLED, I would say, came from their attacks. Over or outside.
Rosalind Doria Aquino is in the game. Earlier, I failed to mention number 13, Jonna Perdido, has also been fielded. And this one crawls over the net.
Yalang swerte pa. He is back to 10 for Farm Fresh.
Hirap ng kalaban na magaling na. Swerte pa, no? May time out. Baga? Hindi ako sure. Ano announcement mo, Noel Zarate? May timeout, pero NXLED ang humingi ng timeout. We'll let them talk.
Every single bad player becomes very good. So they're going to serve in 1 millimeter, spike in 1 meter, do something that they can do normally never. So we have to be prepared and ready. Now it's simple to be at that point. They play courageous, we are scared. Let's show some proud. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Camilo.
May punto yung mama, no? We're playing scared while they're playing brave, no?
Kailangan mapakita nila yung sense of pride din nila eh.
Ito yung ancestor ni Jel Cayuna. Di ba? Yung laro ni Tina, parang Jel Cayuna na same FEU path. What a great setter. I had a wonderful, this is going to reveal my age. I covered Tina nung nasa youth pa siya. Bago mag-90s. Pinakita ko sa kanya sa picture namin dala. Sir, tago mo yan. Huwag mo ilalabas. Oh, Farm Fresh scoring again.
Single block for the Foxes. Kanina, dikit yung stats natin in blocking and serving. Ngayon,
Iwalay na yan.
Ng Farm Fresh. And we know NXLED na isa silang team na very scrappy on the floor. They're very good defensively, specifically in the digging department. But right now, something's really not clicking. Even the reception has been faulty, and Farm Fresh is just taking advantage of every minor detail na na-miss ng NXLED.
There are days like that, eh? You can't understand why. 24, that's why they're digging into their bench. It's 24, set point 22. Or 12, sorry, my mistake. Into the back row. Dorendes made it a set. Cayuna. And NXLED stays alive here.
12 set points for the Foxes.
Malayo pa, pero sige lang, no? 24-13, madalas sabihin ng ating mga kasama, you have to play perfect volleyball. I would say you have to play smart volleyball pag at this point. Can't look at the score sometimes. They'll use the premier ball.
Until 22 lang pwede gamitin yung premier ball, but since 24 na yung Farmfish, I think hindi na pwede.
Pinayagan. So it has to be at the 22-point mark. So let's listen in.
Don't stop. Don't counter guard. You have a next set. Okay, one jab. Don't use a kick. 2 years. Everyone go cover. Go, 1 point. Go, let's go.
Grabe yung influx of foreign coaching sa bayan na natin. It's the nature of the sport, I guess. With Japanese coaches, we've had Latin Americans, we have Italians. Yung dating coach ng Farm Fresh, Italian din yun. Masaya yun.
Now serving EJ Carrillo.
Madalas ma-warningan, pero masaya pa rin. 1.2 at a time ito. Kaya na pagtapusin ng Farm Fresh ngayon ito. Tapos, ganun kasimple. Pagkatapos ng 25-23 na first set, 25-13 tayo dito sa second set. And we'll change sides, but first, here's a game-changing play brought to you by GAC. Neil and I and Althea will be back with you wherever you're catching the PVL on tour. know, every time we go to the provinces and we see the beauty of our country, we are in awe of God's thumbmark and footprint everywhere we go. And Mindanao, of course, so blessed in many aspects. And the joy of these young people enjoying the games here that we managed to bring to Lanao del Norte. But here is an interesting fact. NXLED, parang they're not playing up to par here today, down 2 sets to love.
I think yung biggest observation ko would be the lapses in reception and defense pagdating sa digging kasi hindi nila nabubuhay din talaga yung bola. And the duo of Pablo and Sabete, they've been outscored by the duo of Molina and Tubo. Cesc Molina and Trisha Tubo already have 9 points apiece. As for Pablo and Sabete, they have 5 points each. So medyo nagkakalayo, and usually every time we do our pre-game, laging naka-highlight si Myla Pablo and Jonas Sabete Escamillan as consistent double-digit scorers. Nakasabay pa din naman yung NXLED in attacking 12 to 10, but the blocking and the serving of Farm Fresh really set the tone of that second set. Ang laki yung lamang agad.
Yung aces nga, ang total niyan, 5-1 kasi 2-1 ang advantage. Pero tama ka, tingnan mo, in almost every department. So, malaki yung gap in terms of individual skills plus the team skills, ano? Yung balik ng bola, masyadong, parang ang daling itusok ng bola ng Farm Fresh. Hindi na i-keep in play ng kupunan ng NXLED. Let's see if they can recover. Tama yung sabi ni Coach Ettore kanina, we're playing scared.
You have to relax.
Chill.
Because they seem very tense, very limited yung nagiging movement. They're not in the right spots pagdating sa defensive pattern nila, but the first thing that needs to be addressed would really be their reception.
Keeping the ball in play right away. Getting the ball into play might be the better term. Set 3 po tayo. First 2 sets, you missed us. 25-23, 25-13 ang winning scores ng Farm Fresh. You know, Tubino has been such a wall in that back row. And that does not cross.
She really has to get her range first. Because right now, yung mga bola ni Sabete Escamillan dumediretso sa nasa net. The power is there. No question about it. But you can't go all power. You have to be able to get the right targets first.
Ayan, no?
Kahit hindi ganun kalakas. Basta nasa tamang spot.
Basang-basa siya di ba? Romero's, oh, what a set to the other side. Cesc Molina going all guns here. And Romero just feeding her tirelessly.
I think frustration is also creeping in because when you commit multiple errors, talagang there's a tendency for you to overthink everything.
Why are we like this? You don't know. Why? And a regalo is pounced upon. It's 3-0.
3-point blitz for Farm Fresh.
In the meantime, the set by Cayuna. It is in play. One-handed set. Punched high. One of the few long rallies we've had. Buhay pa oh. Buti na alala ni MJ third ball na. But Tubo is just unceasing here today.
Mahirap na feeling. Parang naghahabol ka na naghahabol, but you can't seem to get a good point against Farm Fresh.
You're just trying to keep it alive and you're not really attacking. High school volleyball, pwedeng wait for the error of the other side, di ba? Eto, pinush up. Tapos ang sipag ng Farm Fresh today, keeping the ball in play, and this is now 5-0.
Fast-paced volleyball we're seeing from the Farm Fresh Foxies.
Pabor sa kanila yung pace no? 5-0. Here's Romero. Comfortable na rin si Louie pag pinapalitan siya ni Iris. Dati nung una parang may alanganin Both were not comfortable with the exposure. But now they have seemed to have settled. They're now accustomed to the fact we will play together. Finally, they get something there, huh? It's been a while since they scored. First point of NXLED. Second point of NXLED.
Jordana is just trying her best to keep their heads afloat by getting a few points on the service line, on the front line kung kaya niyang umatake.
Yung kambal, oh. Tino must be saying, wow, my clone. In the meantime, pinuntasan na naman sila, 6-2.
Louis Romero just pulling the strings really well.
Oh,
that's... Saan siya pupunta at kailan yung tamang time para pumunta dun sa attack point na yun.
Ang galing niya mag-feed ng scoring machine. However, this one is too long and that will be the third point of NXLED.
Serving for the Chameleons, Jonas Sabete Escamillan.
Here comes the woman from Escalante, Negros Occidental. Same place where basketball player James Yap came from. That's jammed. Elevated. Tubo connects in the corner. Plus double digits na to. Ano yung bilang mo kanina? 9.
Definitely double digits. Kasi Trisha Tubo might end up as the top scorer at the end of this match. But that three-hitter rotation is really troublesome for NXLED.
No?
Kasi mag-commit ka lang saglit sa middle blocker at maiba to ng mabilis ni Louis Romero sa likod. Trisha Tubo will just immediately get that kill.
And the first technical timeout is Farm Fresh getting there first.
The land of beauty and bounty is alive and roaring, especially here on the side of the fans of the Farm Fresh Foxies. And 7 kneel back and playing for the Farm Fresh Foxies. And of course, one of the key to them now leading with 2 sets is Trisha Tubu, who is back after an international stint in an invitational cup in Taiwan. She brought home lessons from that tournament for her team to adapt, such as strategy, technique, and grit. Now let's see if the Foxies can hunt the Chameleons in this third set to seal the game. Now back to you, 7 kneel.
Althea, maraming salamat as we rejoin all of you and everybody here in Lanao. We have the count 8-3, dominant itong performance, dominating itong performance ng Farm Fresh. NXLED in slumber, no? They're playing, I don't want to sound like a broken CD, but you know, tama si Coach Guidetti, they're playing takot. They gotta take chances also. Okay, set it up properly. Then we attack. This one too long.
Block touch. We'll still go for the challenge.
Well, so far, ang mga successful challenge, puro NXLED, di ba? Hindi na challenge. Challenge. Sino ito? Si Remy ba to? Oh. Remy Palma, one of the most joyful players to cover because she's all smiles. You should see Remy when she invitates Janelle Cheng laon to. Nakakatawa. Ang lakas makaasa rin si Remy. Look at this. Meron pa rin. Wala.
Seriously, block touch. That would be unsuccessful. Performance.
Yan. Lamang tayo. Sige. 8-4 ang ating bilang. MJ Phillips serving. Binalo naman. Tubo, unstoppable. Foxy's leading by 5 in the third. Galing magbasa ni Trisha Tubo ng butas. Bigla lumundag yung score. Should be just 9-5 actually. Fernandez is brought in. She scored 3 quick points when she was inserted in the second set.
This is the official score, but after that point from Filipino,
That's the score now.
that's the score. 10-35.
Medyo lumundag po yung score namin. In the meantime, tama ka rin. Ang ganda ng spread ni Louie Romero. At saka hindi lang puro middle. Pagka naka-fake na tayo sa middle, lapas natin. Let's use the pins.
They fit in system talaga.
That's a good point, yeah.
Intentional siyang pumupunta sa left side niya. Hindi siya forced to go to the left
Yeah.
side. And that's the biggest difference for NXLED kasi they're forced Kasi hindi naaabot yung sets level just like that. Out of system play, Rafaela Pablo makes it work, finding that corner pocket open.
They're within 4. And if you're just joining us, first 2 sets going the way of the Foxies. Took the first set by 2. Took the second set by 12. DJ Laura Carino uncorks their serve. The set, the cut, the catch. And that'll work down the line with Tubo blasting away.
Scorch the defense of NXLED. Only up against a single blocker, still went down the line, challenging the defense of Jelly Tempiatura.
11-6. Cheng. That's a wallop.
Like it.
Yep.
Yeah. As long as you get it at the highest point, you'll get a good chance of killing that ball. Pag bumaba kasi, dumidiretso sa net
Either net or block. Or,
Jump.
or hindi mo tinatamaan ng solid, di ba? Kasi nagdalawang isip ka 11-7 po ang ating bilang. Tinulak, tinaas, tinapik, binaon, down the line.
Angle this time from the right side.
Pablo
Just identifying all of the open spots. It's a backcourt ng Farm Fresh. That's the beauty of reverse setting. Pag medyo nandito na sa kabilang side, sometimes with the blockers, ili-let go na yun And that will open up a lot of possibilities for the attacker on the other side.
Sabi ng mid, ang layo. Sige na. Ooh. And that's 3 points in a row. Now, by NXLED, they were down earlier at 11-6. They're now trying to scratch back at 9-11. That's blocked. 4 straight points by NXLED. Farm Fresh wants to break the ice and get a timeout.
catch, no use. Okay. Chest, you are on chest. But using 9 meter. On the clock. High. Over high. Chest. Go, go, go. One more, one more.
NXLED on a current 4-0 run. Trying to stay in step as we continue to present to you the games here from Llano del Norte as PVL continues to hop around the country from north to south and all around. Serving play. Back row at work. Punched over. Chang gets it to go.
Na yung next lead. This is going to be non-negotiable for Farm Fresh. If you end up dropping this third set, you might just see yourself in a fifth set situation.
You might regret it. Might as well get them now. Farm Fresh got stuck at 11-6. 5-0 run by NXLED. Excuse me. Finally, they get the point on the board. They're 12th.
Serving for Farm Fresh, Louis Romero.
Rotation going full circle now as Romero serves Chang. One-handed push. Really made it a set. And Tubo knocked it in 2 straight points by Farm Fresh.
Smart hitting from Trisha Tubo. Wasn't all power in that last hit. Just used her wrist action to get it out of bounds.
Kept very much in play. Romero. That's inside.
It was out, but there was a block touch up front. It's against Myla Pablo. It's back to a 3-point lead for Farm Fresh. They're almost there.
We have a challenge from NXLED.
Pero may challenge ang NXLED. Inside at out ang kanilang contention. Good 5-0 run by NXLED. Managing to equalize the count at 11. But since that time, we've had 3 straight points. Recovery points by Farm Fresh. Here it is, Nick. Block touch ba? O inside and out? Inside and out dapat. Yan, I got it. It's in.
9.
They successfully challenged. Romero's serve. Tinusok. And that'll make it 14-12. NXLED trying to stay alive here in this third set.
Chameleons.
Ayun, two defenders, Romero and Tobino.
Really Meneses thought that it was going to be a quick setup, but it was a B quick setup for MJ Phillips. Ang layo nung positioning niya sa block.
Tututuro si Tobino.
No whistle.
You play on. Blocked. Kailangan talaga, setter ka rin, no? La Rosa spikes it over. Di ba may allowance tayo sa libero for this tournament?
Yeah.
I know there's one rule that
You can set beyond the attack line. Na overhead.
NXLED stays afloat, 13-14 here.
Ito yung iniiwasan ng Farm Fresh na uminit si MJ Phillips. But right now, dialed in na si Jel Cayuna by giving MJ Phillips a lot of attempts. But Trisha Tubo continues to give Farm Fresh yung mga quick side outs from her hit outs.
Tsaka si Romero medyo pumuporsyento na siya. Sige, para matapos to, mag-Trisha Tubo na tayo. In the meantime, Molina's serve in play. And you were saying, as Phillips scores anew. Binubusog ni Cayuna si Phillips.
Alam din naman ni Jel Cayuna kung anong ginagawa ng Farm Fresh. Na iniiwasan talaga nila na magkaroon ng opportunity to set up MJ Phillips. You can only do so much. Jel Cayuna will find ways, creative ways to set that ball up to her middles.
Elevation and conversion. Tubino and Tubo. And this will now bring us to 16-14 second technical timeout. Okay, we're having fun as we're counting the number of UAAP seasons some of our colleagues have. And UAAP season 89 begins September 12. Watch all the collegiate sports action on the UAAP Varsity channel. And One Sports, Signal Play. At saka, don't forget, because legends start here. Our second game will be PLDT against Sakari. Join Chikiro Puno and Noringo. Bring along the popcorn and everything else. If you're not having dinner yet, that should be a good one. In the meantime, nabuhay ang NXLED dito sa third, ha? Dikit ito. Ayan, mga...
The newest high-speed hitter,
De La Cruz.
transferring teams from Capital One to PLDT.
May TikTok goodbye pa no? Kasi Bella Belen, lahat naiisip ko. 16-14. Dikit sa net. Phillips. Huli sa ilalim. Romero. Tinaas. Winalis to sa blocker.
By now, kailangan magkaroon na ng adjustment from NXLED. Don't give the line because Trisha Tubu has been exploiting the left hand of the left side blocker. So close that angle, let her hit cross if she can.
And let her miss or block her. Guzman's back in the game. The cut shot. Caught downstairs by Tubu. Dive by Cayuna. And that is hit way out. So ilang seasons na yung kasama natin sa UAAP? 200? 89 pa lang, ano? NXLED. Konferensya. Boy, we're there, no?
We score the side out, then we take the back on. Patience, okay? On the first ball, hit. On the second one, short roll on the left. So you take away the center of Tubu, okay? Go guys, ball now. Oh!
Okay. May mga mukhang official dun. I think they submit the lineup first kung sino maglalaro. And in the meantime, Riri Meneses. Dikit sa net. No problem.
Best hit, MJ Phillips. Entire game.
18-15. Farm Fresh not out of this yet, and they bungled that.
Big face on for MJ Phillips.
Scoring at will now.
She asked for every single set when she was in the front line. Now she gives a bonus ace to her team.
5-2 count in the aces. Farm Fresh has more. Binalik. Tinaas. Recovered from the back row. Romero sets up Tubo. Not precise. Cayuna. Fernandez knocks it down. May kamay itong Fernandez.
Fernandez with a powerful hit through the block of Farm Fresh, and now they're just down by 1 point. No slowing down.
Give it to me.
Fernandez.
Sabi niya, come on. Time out.
Still serving for the Chameleons, MJ
Mike
Brooks.
La Rosa had a quick whisper for Trisha Tubo. Parang sinasabi niya, scorein mo na. Para makaalis na. Wala pa akong pasalubong. I'm sure meron na. Okay. 18-17. 1 point affair in the third. This is inside and we are tied.
Ayuna is now recognizing init ni Fernandez.
Parang siya yung hinahanap na spark plug eh. Saka inspiration. Lumilipad tong si Fernandez.
Score is now tied at 18.
Tabla sa 18. Anybody's third. When you need a point, Tubino is also there. That ends a 4-0 run by NXLED. Nilabas muna si Romero, balik si Galang, balik din si Tolenada.
Survey for the Foxys, Iris Tolenada.
Lamang ng isa ang kupunan ng Farm Fresh, leading 2 sets to love. This one, we're tied. Lakas din pumari si Lian. Tabla sa 19.
It's a race to 6.
Dug up. Blocked. And in the lead is NXLED.
Solid block against Royce Tubino. At the close-up. Saktong-sakto.
Close to the net. Power slam. Fireball being played out. Tossed over easily. The set by Tolenada. Kept in play by Fernandez. Free ball coming. Chance to attack for Farm Fresh. Tolenada close to the net. There's a whistle. It's a net touch.
Net fault will be called on Farm Fresh. This is the defense that we've been talking about. Ito yung hindi natin nakita from NXLED from the first 2 sets. But now they're keeping all of these balls alive. They're getting more block touches. They're able to slow down the ball sa harapan pa lang. So it's easier for them to transition to their counter-attacks.
And their initiative switch is on. That punches through. Tubino finding the small gap in the block. 21-20 tally here. NXLED is in the lead. Yes, you heard me right. NXLED is in the lead. Here's Tubino. Takes a deep breath. Picked up downstairs by De Guzman. Tough angle. It's in play. Elevated by Tolenada. Into the back row!
Fans upon their feet.
21-all.
Piatura unable to contain it. Big swing. Molina all fired up. Short.
Timing was just off. The set was high. It was clear na she was ahead dun sa approach niya.
No, hindi in sync, ano? And Signore Guidetti wants a timeout.
Single time at the first attack. Be patient, you can use diagonal. Remember, every time we have to give them a free ball, give them a sky ball. Okay? Give them a sky ball. Okay? Now they are serving on you. On your right is not a problem. The domination helper. Okay? Ready, guys? Here we go. Side out now. Oh! Chameleon.
Ganda ng basa ni Coach Guidetti. When you give a free ball, sky ball nyo, para may chance tayo balik sa pwesto natin.
You have to slow it down. first ball, lagi yan dapat papabagalin mo. Then you let the setter decide
How to
kung
play.
anong tempo yung gusto niya. Pag umabot na sa kamay niya yung bola.
Yeah. Kasi pag mataas, lalambot din eh. Di ba? Palo! Nabutasan sila at bawin-bawi.
Wasn't the strongest of
Yeah.
hits. It was supposed to be an easy ball technically for Buding Durendes. Just a step late to get to that Bien de Guzman hit.
Sayang itong third set, ano? Kasi survival yung isa. Gusto na umuwi ng isa. Pero palagay ko, lipat bukas pa eh. That is inside. That brings them to 23.
That's the biggest contribution talaga from Cesc Molina. Aside from the points that she delivers, yung end game. Yung pinaka-importante sa isang player,
Lalo
sa
na
isang
yung
veterano.
veterano. Yeah, we were both about to say the same thing.
She knows how to close out games.
Ito natin patakalin to, di ba? Para Riza Cruz is in your service spotlight. Experimenting with temperatura, rather, spinning around. Here's Tolenada with the set. Tough attack mode, but they kept it in play. They managed to strike. Oh, short! Fernandez short.
That's a tough one.
And
Lalo
that,
na pag back row eh.
yeah.
Iba yung timing eh. You always have to get it at the right spot before you go for a swing. Kasi mas malayo ka sa net eh. The distance between your attack take-off and the net, that's going to be crucial eh.
Match point. Rene Peñafiel is on the court for the first time. Serving for the match. Cruz. And we are done. Straight set win. My Farm Fresh, not the easiest third set win, but they'll take it. And the school that they visited, happy over that 3-set win. Pure Gold, always panalo play of the set. Brought to you by Pure Gold. Pure Gold, always panalo. Panalo po ang Farm Fresh sa bakbakang ito. Laban sa NXLED. 3 sets. Nice score. Balik kami ni Neil. Just break down the game and the final ribbon to which we will wrap this game.
Welcome back here at the Mindanao Civic Center. We're here with Chali Tempetura, a daughter of Mindanao from the NXLED Chameleons. And Jelly, galing ka dito mismo sa Lanao del Norte. Ngayon, nanonood rin yung pamilya mo. Ano pakiramdam na naglalaro sa harap ng ganito karaming tao sa Lanao del Norte?
Sobrang excited. Thankful po ako and grateful po ako sa PVL and sa nag-host po ng Lanao del Norte, kina Kong and kina Gov po. Sobrang thankful po ako kasi nandito na yung PVL.
Angeli, dito ka nagsimula. Regionals, yung mga palarong pambansa nyo. Now you're going back, playing pros. Ano yung message mo sa mga batang nais tumulad sa'yo?
Sa tanang bata diri sa Lanao del Norte na gusto mag-dream big, mukugi lang jud tag maayo. Kay it's impossible. Ang impossible, basta posible jud ta na makaadto ta sa Manila.
Angeli, gusto rin naming malaman, pwede mo bang imbitahin yung mga nanonood live na bumisita dito sa Lanao del Norte?
May next game pa po tayo, so yung mga papunta pa po dito sa Lanao del Norte, mag-enjoy po kayo and manood pa ng next game. Thank you po.
And last na, Jelly, ano mensahe mo sa mga sumusuporta sa NXLED Chameleons?
Thank you po sa lahat ng fans ng NXLED Chameleons and also sa PVL, hindi lang sa amin. Keep supporting us po and kita-kits soon. Sana makabalik kami dito sa Lanao del Norte.
And of course, thank you, Jelly. Thank you very much with that performance. But other than that, we're here with the player of the game from the Farm Fresh Foxy, Louie Romero. Louie, what a great match. Great sets. 14 excellent sets. Now, ano yung nakita mong aspect ng laro nyo kanina na nagdala sa inyo ng 3-0 sweep?
Siguro binilisan lang talaga namin yung game and right preparation talaga kasi ayun nga, given na kulang kami sa preparation nung una, yung mga ates nasa alas and then may SGA. So ngayon lang talaga nag-gel yung team kaya ginawa namin yung best namin.
At Jelly, kamusta naman ang paglalaro sa ganto kaingay na crowd sa Lanao del Norte?
Sobrang happy kami, sobrang sarap maglaro sa Lanao dahil alam namin na maraming nagmamahal sa amin dito.
And last na, Louie, ano yung mensahe mo? Meron ka bang gustong batiin ng mga fans?
Sa lahat po na nandito sa Lanao, maraming salamat po sa suporta niyo sa amin. Patuloy niyo po kaming suportahan sa mga susunod na game namin. And pinabati ko yung family ko sa Montalban. Thank you.
Thank you, Louie. And now with that was a 3-0 sweep from the Farm Fresh Foxy. And we'll be back with our panel. 7 Neil.
Okay, well done, Althea. And now let's just wrap this all up together. Neil, take us through this. The 3 sets went the way of Farm Fresh, but the third set was not that easy, huh?
Yeah, the third set, I think, was the NXLED team that we all know and love. Yung scrappy defense, yung plays in the middle. So yun yung hindi natin nakita in set number 1 and 2. But we have to give credit to Farm Fresh. They really studied the gameplay of the Chameleons. They delivered a lot of heavy serves and talagang nahirapan pumorma si Jel Gayuna, especially in the first 2 sets. But come the third set, nagkaroon ng moment na nag-relax din yung Farm Fresh. They also had their own fair share of unforced errors. Kaya nakahabol yung NXLED. But ultimately, it was an incredible game for the Foxies.
And straight sets win at that. And Louie Romero just doing a marvelous job of distributing the volleyball to many of our hitters and spikers. Trisha Tubo, Tobino, Molina, and she got the dividends. And they escaped with that third set, of course, and the 3-set win. Here's a quick look at the statistics and the aces. Wow, one of the numbers that stood out also.
For me, it's really the aces. Attacks, it's already a given that any team in the PVL can rack up the points in that department. For NXLED, nakahabol sila defensively in the tail end of the match. But they just had so many unforced errors, 17 compared to the 11 of Farm Fresh.
And that'll do it for us. Thank you very much, Neil Flores, as well as Althea Franco. And that's it. Straight sets win by Farm Fresh. Do not go too far away, because Chigiro Puna and Ringo are going to be very much around to give you PLDT going up against Akari. That should be a delicious one to make your weekend happy, joyful, from the heart of volleyball.